Next item.
Antoinette proposed to seek support for public transit service.
Ms. Antoinette Harrell, thank you for coming tonight. You're on the floor.
Thank you, Mayor and the Honorable Mayor and the Town Council and everyone for just listening to what we would like to talk about, Tangi Voices for Public Transportation. I have a quick PowerPoint presentation I would like to just take you through. The public transportation, there's a dire need of public transportation from the northern end of the parish to the south end of the parish. The public transportation that we're proposing would really connect us from Kentwood to Ponchatoula, Louisiana. As we know, I gotta go back a minute, excuse me. As we know that there's a growing population in Tangipahoa Parish, and the lack of public transportation is one of the issues because a lot of people can't afford private transportation. So what would that mean for Kentwood? It would mean people would have access to jobs. The parish seat is in Amite, Louisiana. Now, someone with a vehicle may say, well, you know, it's just 15 miles up the road. But if you don't have public transportation, that means a lot. That means a lot of people that have to take care of business in Amite, they can't get there. The courthouse, hospitals, schools, jobs, the main library, and not to mention some restaurants. I know that we'll be getting all that here in Kentwood. And that will be an economic win for everybody. Southeastern Louisiana, 16 miles away. There's a lot of bright students on the northern end of the parish, but they can't access Southeastern and everything that Southeastern has to offer because of lack of transportation or one vehicle in the house. According to the population census 2000, the population is 2,198. It may be more, according to what they have given us. Kentwood has seen a growth of 4.9%. According to the Kentwood, Louisiana population history, 1990 to 2014. Kentwood is growing. Kentwood is one of those towns that is growing 68% more than other small towns in the South. Next one. Public transportation, it would benefit, it's a benefit and a win-win for everybody. It boosts local and national economic growth. It connects people to jobs, education, and other community services that is not found on this end. It creates an opportunity for people who might not otherwise have that private transportation, can't afford it. Most importantly, it reduces the air pollution and it eases some of the traffic congestion that we're seeing in Amite at the present time. Who will win? Who will benefit? Kentwood, Louisiana, the village of Tangipahoa, Fluka, Arcola, Roseland, Amite, Independence, Tick Fault, Louisiana, Natal, Benny, Hamlin, and Ponchatoula. And as you can see, 30 miles may not seem like a lot to someone that have the vehicle, but someone who want to go to work in Hamlin may have a job, they're waiting for them, but what good would it do? I was on Facebook today and I was looking at our new elected governor was saying that he wanted to eradicate poverty. One of the ways to eradicate poverty is to address transportation. And there's funding sitting in the Department of Transportation that we're not even tapping into. The public transportation service provided for Tangipahoa Parish services available to anyone. Now this is if they call the Council on Aging. From Friday from 7 o'clock until 5. The office scheduling hours are 8:30 to 4 o'clock. A fare of $9 one way. That's one way. And so if they're a senior citizen, of course they can make a donation. But someone that's not a senior, they may not be able to afford that $9. The Voices for Public Transportation, whether you ride or not, we need you. We can't do it ourselves, and I'm presenting this presentation from Kentwood to Ponchatoula. Ponchatoula and Hamlin has a transit service. So as we do the feasible study, that feasible economic development research study will show that if we had a public transportation service here, we just got the new Walmarts, the new doctor's office, we want to look at where would it start? Where would that bus service take us? The infrastructure for the Tangipahoa Parish is growing. Across the country, public support for public transportation investment and expanding is strong. We are not seeing any of that money. So once again, 62% of the people ages 18 to 21 said they would prefer to live in an area described as having a mix of single-family homes, apartments, condos, stores, restaurants, and libraries, but also have accessibility to those places. It's very important that we as a people, a body of people, coalition of people, say to the parish council, to the president, to the parish president that's newly elected. I spoke with the newly elected president of the parish, and we put this on the agenda, that we do need transportation. I heard people say to me, and just talking about it, we had transportation on 51. We had. What do we do now? If we look at all the industry there that's in Roseland, Louisiana, you have Parinas, you have the Smitties, you have all those jobs. But if young people cannot access those jobs, what good would it do to have all of these facilities around? So what I'm asking the town of Kentwood, the mayor, the council, is to please add your voice to the voices, the many voices that's joining together as a coalition to say we need transportation. So with doing that, I would like to, as we prepare to go to the parish council to speak before the president, and we're asking that every town mayor, the city council, the citizens come before them and say, look, we would like to see public transportation along 51 all the way up to Ponchatoula. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Transportation is important, and it will open up lines of access for our students. Southeastern, we have a school in Greensburg, the Votex school in Greensburg. And so there are lots of students that say, it's there, but we have no way there. And so they make it even a detour and go out that way to that school. So, council, yeah.
On the pose of this, is it the present public transportation that the parish have now? Are you trying to tap into that, or are you looking to start a new time?
No, there needs to be a new transportation because the only transportation they have is a counseling on age. I think it's and I researched and it's $9 one way, but Hammond and Ponchatoula charge 50 cents to go around the city. So we're looking to propose a new idea, a new concept as the parish grow with more innovative people coming on and say, look, we can't do things like we used to do 30 years ago. The population has changed, the need. And the reason that we're seeing crime is because the young people, they want to do better, but they can't access those vocational schools. They can't access the universities, the hospitals, or those sort of things as well.
And you're talking parish-wide transportation.
Parish-wide.
Okay, and I too checked on the Council on Aging, and then even if you use them, you have to wait your turn. If you go into school, then you got to wait till they drop off at the hospitals and the doctor's office and everything else. So if you're in school and you got classes, you got to be there.
You need to be there for 8:30 or whatever the time.
Right. And one other question. If it was become feasible, I know you have a lot of captains in the city where this type of services is well known, and they have it in Hammond. Is that a company you have spoken with?
No, I haven't spoke to any company. That's part of the feasibility study. The first idea is to say, hey, look, it's a need. And once we say there's a need and the people say we want this, then all of that would come along the study.
Hammond has its own.
Yes, and Ponchatoula, my understanding is too.
I agree with you there. It's something
Okay.
it's something we need because just like you say, our small town is growing rapidly and we want to have all the convenience that we look at.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very much needed. So we can get on board with informal resolution with that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for thinking about the parish and the people in the parish. Okay.
Do you think that public transportation is vital for the community?
I think that is really important for you to just be able to get around, and the points you pointed that it would reduce crime and just give people something to do.
What about the young people who are looking for jobs? You think that it would create an opportunity for them to have employment, seek employment? Transportation will work out for the town of Kentwood.
Well, Ms. Harrell, I think that would be great for the town of Kentwood because, as you mentioned earlier, it's been so long since our people here in Kentwood had any kind of transportation, and I'm willing to do any and everything in my power to make it happen.
Certainly when we get ready to go to the parish council, we need your constituents to come out and please communicate with them that we want them to voice their opinion and their concerns with public transportation. Do you think it would empower us economically if we had public transportation?
I greatly do. I think so. And if we had transportation, as you said, that we have a lot of people here that doesn't have transportation that likes to go shopping in the Amy Hammond area because we don't have the thing to offer them. And I think that would be wonderful.
And until we get those things to offer them, guess what? They do have to travel.
Right.
And there's
exactly.
a lot of students that want to go to universities and vocational training.
Exactly. And I agree.
Well, thank you for endorsing it.